Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the Juice Extravaganza. Another round. Here we're coming to the end of December, the end of 2018, fellas. This is Philip, and today I bring you Raymond.
What's going on?
And TJ.
Hello there.
So, yeah, end of 2018 coming up. I think we got one more show or two more shows.
Are we doing it next week?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, we will.
Thursday. Let's see.
So we got one more show
7th.
For this year.
It was a fast year. Like, it went really quick.
Yeah.
Really fast.
And, you know, we were consistent this year. We put out a lot of material this year.
Cool.
I mean, we put out a lot of recordings. So, you know, kudos to us. We're awesome. You know, all the time.
Yeah, we're awesome. Yay, us. Raymond, I know you were going to answer. I kind of know your answer to this question. But, Phil, how many knives do you own in your house that you could fight someone with?
Oh, a lot. I mean, like every one.
Really?
Like,
I mean, are you counting steak knives with like the plastic handles that you got to think about really fighting?
I don't have like steak knives with plastic handles. I like a really nice steak knives.
With like a full tang? Is that what you're saying? They got a full tang steak knife?
Okay, so let's
battle
talk about
combat class knife. How many combat class knives do you own?
I would say 3. The ones that Ray have given me, I would say. Or I mean, it really depends because, like, I have a one of the razors for cutting carpet. You know what I mean?
I think so.
They're kind of like pocket knives, but it has a razor blade in it instead of a pocket knife.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a really nice paring knife, which could damn near be combat class. My major cooking knife is a meat cleaver. So, you know, and I'm pretty efficient with the
all right, so you do have several. I would count all of those. I'd count all of those. That's cool. All right, awesome. Ray, just off the top of your head, how many combat class knives do you have?
If I don't include cooking utensils,
I mean, he's
less than 300, more than 250.
He's got a small arsenal. Is there like a loot crate of pocket knives? Or you just see like pocket knives and you're like, I gotta get this. Boom, mine.
I just see like say like on a trip, and you know you stop by.
Most people get magnets and gift stores.
Yeah, I get knives.
Shot glasses.
Yeah.
You know, or like you know they have those knife shows on TV, like the late night infomercial thing.
QVC.
Yeah, so I'll see like a class of, I mean, like a thing of 100 knives for like $100. You know, they're like they're like $1 a knife, so you can't pass up a deal like
that. That's a bargain.
Yeah,
you'd be losing
that's
money.
a hell of a bargain, man.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I see a knife that I like and I get it.
Armed to the teeth, son. Don't be going in his house. You get cut.
How many guns do you own, Philip?
None.
Not one.
Not a one.
Okay.
Society is better off that way. I've decided that.
That fire, none now.
Okay.
And you said
I recently got rid of one.
I have 2 firing weapons. Yeah.
Okay. I remember you saying you had a shotgun and a rifle.
That's right.
Yeah. See, now the world's better off without me owning a gun.
You're probably right.
It's just safer that way. I'd be pointing it at everybody. Hey, where did you put that thing? Over there.
Yeah.
All right. Is that what you got for me?
I mean, where did that come from?
Yeah.
I recently, I don't have a lot of call to have knives. I don't do a lot of work with knives. I'm not a cooker as our good friend Philip is, and I'm not a ninja as our other good friend Raymond is. So I don't have a lot of call for knives in my everyday life, but I needed one. Here recently, I've had a kind of a run on computers, so I've been unboxing shit. So I recently found a use for a knife, and I happened to remember I had one in a drawer just because I have one in a drawer. And so I was holding it and thinking about what if I actually had to fight with this thing, it would fall apart in my fucking hand. And I mean, it's fine for opening boxes. That's what it's for. But
to handle a zombie with it.
Hell no. I mean, I could throw it at them. That would be. But I wouldn't do any hand-to-hand combat with it for sure.
Now, I mean, now we all know each other. We've been around each other for years. I mean, if I was with Raymond anywhere in the world, I don't care where, I could probably say, "Hey, man, can you pass me your pocket knife?" And he would absolutely have one fucking on him
for sure
at any junction in time.
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't
carry pocket knives, but yeah, I carry knives.
And like,
so yeah.
Yeah, I can see that, you know, being prepared. I mean, you always have a lighter with you, don't you?
Yeah. I do always have a lighter.
I will admit that I have 3 lighters in the house that I know of that I keep purposely for any situation. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You never know when you need a lighter, but they're usually within an area that I know that I can get to really quick.
Right on.
So if I need to set something on fire.
You're ready.
I'm prepped.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
You know, you gotta have the tools, man. You gotta have the tools.
But I'm glad I had one. I'm glad I had a knife. I have other knives, but nothing. They're pocket knives, like Raymond was saying. They're definitely not. They're not knives. I don't have any. I have one combat ready knife. And it's a survival knife my dad gave me with the compass and the whetstone and the matches inside.
Like the Rambo style, like you unscrew it and it's got the cable in it and stuff.
That's it.
Yeah, I got
fishing line.
Are those the K-bars? Is that what it's called, Raymond?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, ha! I know my shit. I will say, like, I got a bit of overkill though. Like, I need an X-Acto knife for a project, and I kept buying these cheapo X-Acto knives, and I was pissed off. So that's where I got the like carpet razor. And I was like, you know what? Fuck these X-Acto knives.
They're not bad, dude. Especially for like cardboard, that kind of thing. They're nice.
Yeah, I mean, like, and I have
linoleum. They'll do good on linoleum.
I burned through some X-Acto knives, so I was like, you know what? Fuck these X-Acto knives. They're not sturdy enough. I need something manly, so I went and got that fucking razor blade.
The blade's always broke on an X-Acto knife with me.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't understand how people are so intricate with them and not just destroy them. Like, I destroy them easily. Like, but then again, I buy some pretty cheap ones sometimes.
I was gonna say they're probably spending $20 per blade.
Yeah, so yeah.
I mean, aren't they meant to? I mean, because they dull easily. Like, they're not.
Yeah.
Hardened, sharpenable steel.
And it really depends on the project that you're using them with and stuff like that. And I end up because I use them so far and few between, you know, I don't want to invest in like a really expensive one, but I use them enough that I need something with a little bit more lasting power. So
that's odd. I would say you use an X-Acto knife more than the average black 40-year-old man. You know what I mean? Like, I think you do. You're pretty crafty. You're definitely doing stuff with jewels all the time. And
I mean, it's just that the flip razor. I don't know what you call that thing. I can think of it as like a carpet knife, but
yeah, that's definitely not the right word. I had no idea what you were talking about when you kept calling it a carpet knife. But I know what you're talking about now.
More staying power and like some of the cardboard that I use, the X-Acto knife just wouldn't cut through it. I've got guillotines that the cardboard wouldn't cut through it unless you get one of those like expensive guillotines like they got at school. You know those fucking things go for $200.
No shit.
Yeah, man, you cannot get those cheap. Those big ass guillotines that you get at school and stuff.
Yeah, paper cutter is what you're talking about.
It's called a guillotine.
I know, but nobody knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, because I remember actually somebody on my Facebook feed was like, anybody know where to find one of these cheap? And I was like, absolutely not. You'll never find them cheap. You know? Even a used one you can't find cheap. But anyway, that's a whole lot of chopping. But anyway, we news, guys? News? Were you okay with news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Raymond, you weren't here last week, and It was interesting because TJ just agreed with everything I said, and there was nobody to stop me from being evil.
No, he did a medical story. He didn't talk about worms, but he did talk about something.
We talked about prolapsed anuses.
Ew, God, yeah, prolapsed.
And TJ didn't agree with that. So there's that. But mostly, yeah, they were just a bunch of topics, and then we couldn't end the show. We just had to let it record. So my computer's been recording this entire time for the past week. So I'll just share that as a recording. It's just like 1 week long recording.
I bet that would be
put it up.
File. How big would that be, you think?
I don't know. It would be huge. Are you sharpening a knife right now?
Yeah, I am, actually.
I will admit, I have recently bought a whetstone, a really nice whetstone. So, there's that. Let's hop
Raymond,
in.
I got these little spots on this knife. How do I get them off?
Like rust spots?
I don't know. I guess they're like darker than the rest of the metal. They kind of look like muck.
I would try some
What?
1,000 grit sandpaper.
Oh.
Make sure it's wet though, and then if you do that, make sure you dry the knife really well. Like you have compressed air, I'd dry it with that.
Gotcha.
You do have compressed air, right?
Oh, yeah. And this has been Knife Care Corner with Fauci and Gherkin.
All right, gentlemen, you guys know how I feel about pets on planes.
Yeah, you want to drown them.
Here we go.
You think they should all die?
I can't drown this one. So, Southwest wouldn't let
It's a
fish fly, so Denver airport workers are babysitting it. Apparently, a Colorado college student wanted to take their pink beta fish, Cassie, on a flight home to California last night. But Denver International Airport says the fish is in good hands, and the airport workers are taking care of it because Southwest wouldn't let it fly. According to their terms and conditions, you can't bring a fucking fish on the plane.
It was probably the fluid.
I don't. It probably is. Yeah, it's probably it's not in a secure bottle or some shit like that. Who cares? Anyway, I don't understand the need to take your fucking beta with you across the country. It is $1 for this fucking fish.
Not that fish.
How much emotional attachment do you have to a fucking beta? It can't fetch. It can't come here.
But betas can be expensive, and you don't want to leave something in your house to die.
No, they're
while you're on vacation
at Walmart. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, yeah, the little fighting fish that you can't keep two of in the same bowl. I know what you're talking about, but I mean they can be expensive too. But
you can get a good one. You could not get one from Walmart.
I'm pretty sure they're from Colorado. I mean, come on, man.
So this airline is willing to pay its staff to watch a fish instead of letting somebody
what happened
fly.
Was
That's what it sounds like.
Southwest said no, right? So the student had to leave their fish behind. It ended up in Lost and Found.
The fish?
Yes. So somebody with what airline was it? There was another airline that picked it up. Oh no, sorry. Well, let me make sure I get this right. I believe that another airline picked it up. No,
and flew it to the person?
No, I guess it's just Denver International Airport picked it up and let the girl know that they're keeping it until she comes back, instead of flushing it down the fucking toilet.
Right.
Any sensible person would.
Like Philip would.
Denver International is keeping the fish until she comes back. Denver International Airport is paying somebody to watch this fucking fish until this girl comes back.
You can't fly a fish. Wow.
Why the fuck would you want to? One. Number two, I mean, it's a beta. It's not like a shark or goddamn super carp or something like that. It's a beta. It's your investment into a beta. The thing lives for a week, and then it's gonna die.
No, see, I had a beta for a really long time.
And you took care of it. You didn't put it on planes. There's no way that fish was going to survive the plane.
Sure.
Why wouldn't it? Why?
It can't be used to pressure that high in the air. It's not. It would freak out.
The water would equalize it out.
No way.
It would be fine.
Its ears would be clogged all the time.
Its ears. Sure.
Wouldn't that be? I mean, wouldn't that be subjecting the fish to some type of shock that it's not used to?
No, it's putting it on a plane.
I don't know.
They do it. I mean, dogs and cats are fine. Dogs and cats are fine.
Not all dogs and cats are fine either. That's why they put them underneath.
Just the ones that are not in the fucking overhead compartment. Everybody else gets through it fine.
Yeah, just put it in the exhaust. It's fine. It'll go.
Yeah, sure.
Look, man. I understand people and their pets, and I love my pets and things like that. But this is clearly an example of an irresponsible pet owner. You have a pet, okay? You need to take responsibility of it. You know you're going to go on vacation, so arrange something that you don't have to take this fish across country and get taken care of. I mean, it's a beta. It can't take that much to get taken care of for a week. You know, even if it was a month, it's a beta. It's not like you got to take it out for a walk or you just go for a piss and shit or something like that. Somebody goes in there, they sprinkle some dust in the water and have a nice day. You know, just like the girl with the hamster. Like, have somebody take care of it. You know, irresponsible pet owners. That's my opinion on the matter. I'm not going to take my dog on a plane. He's stupid. And he would lick everybody.
You can't take your dog on a plane anyway.
I don't think I can. Yeah,
he's on a no-fly list.
Yeah.
No, I mean pug-nosed dogs will die on a plane.
See,
they can't breathe.
Brachiocephalics.
Yeah,
fish should have been fine. Fish wasn't going to kill anybody.
No,
wasn't going to look at anybody funny and scare them.
It's a fighting fish. It'll kill somebody, all right.
Yeah, another fighting fish if you put it in a bowl with it.
That's just silly.
I'm just saying, like, that fish could have. This wouldn't. I don't understand how this made it big in the news because I mean this is a pretty big article about this goddamn fish. But there's millions of things you could have done with this fish, but instead you want to make a big fucking scene by bringing it to the airline and wanting to fly it. I mean, to take it where? To take it to California and do what? Sit it on the table? And while you go do the rest of your life? And ignore this fucking fish.
Yeah, I'll see it when I get back. You know what I mean? It'll be right here.
And shit. You know,
that's right.
Fish.
She might have had like a nephew or something.
That was really into the fish.
Yeah. I don't know.
What probably happened was.
What probably happened was. And we're good at this, making this up. But I just say, take
the fish was the woman's lover.
Turn on the sink. Put it slowly underneath the water.
You're so crazy, dude. I don't know why you want to drown every fucking thing. It's really disturbing. The first response from you with a hamster as to what to do with it at this point is to put that motherfucker in the sink and drown it. And you wanted the owner to do it. You wanted the owner to drown her own hamster.
She should have brought the fucking hamster with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave it in a ball at home and have a nice day. Hamsters are pretty resilient. They will take care of themselves. If it's
not going to take care of itself.
You know?
They'll sleep.
I'm really worried for Zeus right now.
Oh, shit.
While we're on the subject of airlines, this was pretty interesting. Philadelphia Airport, Popeyes got into the news as they launch emotional support chicken carrier. So last week we had KFC with the chicken smelling fire logs. Now Popeyes is hopping in. So if you need a 3-piece, you know, for emotional support at the airline, they will pack it up for you. You can take it with you. You know,
Nice.
They said that the promotion, which started Tuesday, will provide guests with a carry-on in the shape of a chicken and a sign boasting about its chicken's comforting effects for travelers. Now, Popeyes is on point. If you'd have bred and fried that hamster, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It said the fast food chain said that it was a gesture designed to bring holiday travelers some needed humor to what is most stressful places to be during the holidays, the airport.
Popeyes.
Which I completely understand. They said that this chicken provides comfort and nourishment during stressful air travel. Unlike other chicken, it's marinated in real Louisiana spices for 12 hours and must be permitted to fly without restriction. Do not leave unattended, as Popeyes is not responsible for lost or stolen chicken.
Word. Somebody takes your chicken, you're not coming back here and getting another chicken.
If I had a pet chicken, I would take it to Popeyes before I put it on a plane.
I don't know what the trend with pet chickens is recently. I've noticed a lot of pet chickens.
Support chickens.
In Disney movies, like there's a chicken in I don't know how much
Moana.
Moana. I don't know how to train your dragon.
Okay.
You watch. There's a chicken there. Seems like there was a chicken.
It's just comedy relief. Chickens.
It's odd. It's odd all of a sudden the chicken
now,
attention.
They're allowed to have chickens in their yard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Well, I don't know about in Kildare Hills,
in your neighborhood or anything like that.
I have seen chickens. Yes.
See, and I'm okay with it as long as it stays in your fucking yard. But if I'm driving down the street and I see your fucking chicken, I'm gonna hit it. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And then you're gonna be mad at me, and I'm saying you're an irresponsible chicken owner.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry on this one.
Taking the chicken and put its head underneath the sink.
Slowly. Don't forget the slowly part. Because that's the part that makes you really sick.
It's better than just stomping its head in. Ray, are you allowed to have chickens in your yard and stuff like that where you're at?
Probably. We're allowed to do anything for real. I can go out in my yard and shoot guns if I want to.
I mean, I live in an apartment, so I'm pretty sure they would frown upon chicken owning in the apartment. And they can't be running around outside because it's fucking cold. So,
Word.
I don't know. I haven't seen any stray chickens in the street.
Sure.
But yeah. In other news, I feel like Raymond was missing out on a little bit for a while. We had neglected Florida for a very long time. Florida hadn't popped back in
one
the
episode.
news.
One episode.
I think it was more than one episode because we didn't talk about Florida last week.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty positive.
I don't know.
I would have said something about Raymond not, because he was like, "Congratulations on Florida for not making the news." So.
Well, yeah, but that's the one time I know. That's the time.
Wait, what did you say, Raymond?
He's
proud of Florida.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on to that thought, okay, buddy.
He said he was proud.
Florida.
Florida's in the news. A Florida man allegedly had sex with a miniature horse 4 times before getting caught.
Excuse me. So I'm assuming the horse is female.
No, it's a male horse.
Okay, so he's fucking the horse in the ass?
I guess. You're okay with describing this situation, but not prolapse anuses?
Yeah, see, okay. I know I'm fucked up, man.
Happened out of...
You don't have to point out that I'm fucked up. I know that I'm fucked up.
This is out of Marion County, Florida. A 21-year-old man from Central Florida admitted to having sex with a relative's miniature horse when he was seen engaged in the act in a pasture, authorities say. They said that they had taken the 21-year-old into custody. According to the sheriff's office, a witness came forward and reported seeing, what's his name, Nicholas Anthony Sardo, engaged in sexual act in the pasture with a male mini horse named Jackie G, who belongs to one of the suspect's relatives. The witness confronted Sardo about what had happened, and he admitted to the act. and the person then turned him in to the police, to the sheriff's office. In this situation, I don't know if snitches are going to get stitches or not. But, I feel like there needed to be some justice done for Jackie G. When he was arrested, he told the detective what had happened, added that he had had sex with Jackie G at least 4 times in a week. He insisted that he wore a condom each time because he didn't want to get a disease. He told the detective he knew he was wrong for what he did and that he was a sick man. He has been charged with 4 counts of bestiality, sexual contact with an animal. The sheriff's office did not specify whether the miniature horse sustained any injuries. Oh yeah, that fucking miniature horse sustained some injuries.
They were internal.
Nobody who unwillingly wanted to get ass fucked doesn't come out injuryless.
All right, Ray. How do you feel about this, Ray?
Tell us. Come on about Florida. Tell me how proud you are of them right now. Florida.
We were doing so well.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of confused.
All right.
Okay, Florida, listen. I get it. You're gonna do stupid stuff. There's no stopping.
There's no
But
stop.
don't add to the misery of it by confessing every little thing you did. Like, you got caught. Except that you got caught and let it die right there. You got 4 counts now.
The details.
You got 4 counts now when you could have gotten away with just 1. Yeah, it was a one-time thing with the horse. He was looking. He winked at me.
Winked at me.
Damn, Florida.
I mean, here's the thing. There's multiple questions I have for this situation. All right, is this man now gay because he fucked a male horse?
No. Next question.
Was it because of the size of the horse? Just, or is he in
Because it lined up so perfectly?
Yeah, or is it just, or is this all horses?
No, it's size definitely made a difference.
I wonder if the horse fought back. It's best. I like to think that it did. I like to think that Andy Dufresne put up a good fight. Okay.
I don't like to think about that part. I like to think the horse enjoyed it.
No. I do appreciate that I want to say appreciate. I don't know how to put this. Congratulations on wearing a condom each time.
Well done.
And not blowing your load inside this fucking horse's ass. Every time you raped it.
Every time you raped him. God damn. All 4 times.
I mean, that he admitted to. So we don't know how many times this horse has been violated. We're gonna need to.
No, it was 4 times because
Who says
if you're gonna admit to 4 times,
I lied at that point.
I mean,
yeah.
Where's Detective Olivia Benson? I mean, how do we handle this?
You just basically go on with your life. I mean, you can make the horse into glue if you want.
No, for what?
To get it out of his head.
To a rapist?
Yeah.
It's not the.
I mean,
it's not
not trying to
Jackie
punish
G's
him.
fault.
I'm trying to release him.
Oh. He needs to take him to a pasture and just let run from here on out. Like, he's a free mini horse now. Go take him to the Carolinas out on the coast and just let him live his life in peace amongst other horses. The poor fucking horse. Damn it. Jackie G. I can start a GoFundMe for him.
I think you should put his slowly under the sink and let nature take its course.
We are killing way too many animals lately.
Oh man. Okay, so I know that. I don't know. This is a different one. I was gonna say I know Florida came up wrong, but you know what they did? They came up way wrong, and there's nothing in my news that could top that this week. But in Montana, A man was shot because a hunter mistook him for Bigfoot.
Sure.
So
I'd be shooting motherfuckers all the time.
A man was out shooting targets in the woods when he suddenly became a target himself. He dove for cover after several bullets landed near him. When confronted by the shooter, he was told that he was not wearing orange and thought he was Bigfoot. I mean, I have several questions about this situation. He said that he doesn't normally wear orange when he's out target practicing, but he said the shooter said that if he saw something that looked like Bigfoot, he would just shoot at it. He didn't think that anything was wrong with his thought process. Maybe that he was just standing his ground against Bigfoot. The police have been told about the incident. They still haven't found the shooter. The man who was shot at said he didn't want to pursue charges, but obviously the police have to do what they do. But the story, how hairy is this motherfucker to have thought to have been a Sasquatch or Bigfoot? How tall is this man? If I was in the woods, I don't think I would mistake a human for Bigfoot, even if he wasn't wearing orange. I mean, the average man is what, 5'10", 6 feet tall, right?
I guess. I don't know how tall the average person is. Let's see.
A Squatch is probably about 7 feet tall.
You think so?
I would think so. What do you think, Ray?
That Sasquatch doesn't exist.
Shit.
But if in the realm of possibilities that Sasquatches exist,
didn't even really think it was an issue for real. Like,
all right, 5'9" is the average in the United States.
Okay.
5'5" in India. 5'5" in Mexico.
Okay, so I mean, if we're
5'9"
talking
in
about a
Australia.
Bigfoot, you would think that it was taller than 5'9", right? You would just assume, and that it would possibly be hairy of some sort, undressed, not holding a gun.
Okay, well, no, I mean, they're not saying he's 7 foot tall. They're saying not holding a gun. Yeah, that's a good one. 6 foot 6 inches is what Bigfoot Finder says.
6 foot 6 inches. So okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. 2 10-foot tall. I'm sorry.
Okay, so that's a wide range, but still,
that's a huge range.
Way taller than the average human male.
Yes,
in
way
the
taller.
United States. So I don't understand how they would mistaken this man for Bigfoot. Or was just have an itchy trigger finger, and was just like the best thing he come up with was like, man, I thought you was motherfucking Bigfoot for a second. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. You know?
Yeah, probably that.
see, what really happened was target practice man was sleeping with shooter's wife.
Ooh.
Shooter wanted to kill target practice man, but didn't want to go to jail for it, so thought of this wonderfully stupid excuse that he thought it was Bigfoot.
He thought it was Bigfoot. Yeah, I don't
And
mind.
he was just a really bad shot. Maybe he should get together with target practice guy for a while and practice shooting targets before he tries again.
I agree with Raymond fully.
Yes, agreed. In other news, I always thought these were cool, but now that I'm reading this article, I'm thinking like it's a really bad idea. You guys know about tiny houses?
Yeah.
A little bit.
So
My wife wants to live in one.
yeah, I thought it was really neat. Like a tiny house is like a really tiny house, TJ. Like it has a bedroom, a bathroom, and a kitchen.
Sometimes.
And a kitchen, and it's really small. It's like trailer size, like the smallest, almost the smallest trailer you can get from U-Haul kind of situation. Like you literally just do your business in there and then get out and spend the rest of your time outside. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This particular lady's trailer is decent sized, but this is out of St. Louis. It's 12 feet tall. This house, and it was stolen. The lady, her name is Megan Pinal. Her home was parked on a dirt road in a wooded area in House Springs, Missouri. And she, I don't know where she went. She probably went down to the Walmart or to the Wawa, you know, get something to eat. Oh no, she said she was at a building supply store, and she parked her house there until she could move it again. Yeah, because it's a little tiny house. And she went and hung out with a friend over the weekend and came back and realized that her fucking house was gone. And that somebody had took it. At first she thought maybe it was a towing company that took it. Turns out it wasn't. It was actually stolen. But good news, they did find the house 30 miles from where she originally parked it, over in St. Louis. There was a nice towing company that actually towed it back for her, which was very nice as well, to where she wanted it to be. But I've seen many articles about tiny houses, and I thought, like, that'd be cool. Like, you have a little tiny house, you know, after Julian moves out, and just me and Lois, you know, we just need a place to bump uglies, you know, use the bathroom, and then we can go out on the world, you know. But now somebody can steal your fucking house. Right?
Let me ask you a quick question, Philip. Since you want to live in a tiny house,
yeah,
could your game room fit in a tiny house?
No, probably not. No way.
My game room couldn't fit in a tiny house.
Yeah, I know. But I'm hoping, like, you know, if I'm in tiny house age, I don't know. It was a thought.
You're gonna stop gaming?
Nah. There's arcades. There's stuff. You know, maybe get a laptop. You know, really high-powered laptop. I don't know.
So, you're gonna do the show from your high-powered laptop, and I'm not saying that you couldn't. I mean,
I do with one laptop and my desktop. I mean, the show could be done from laptops easily.
Yeah. I mean, when we were doing Go Juice before, and I visited Colorado, you know, I did Go Juice from laptop. It wasn't an issue. But would you want to? Is what I'm saying. Like, yeah. Would you? And would Lois want to sit there and listen to you Go Juice every week while you were in your tiny house right up under her on your bed, because you can only have a bed you can only have a bedroom or a living room?
Look, I just thought it was a neat idea. I didn't.
No, you were wrong. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
You were wrong, is what he said.
Wow. I mean, like, I would take up 3/4 of the tiny house just for my little section. We're gonna piss and shit in the sink.
Gross.
With a garbage disposal.
Pretty much.
You know, and this girl, they have a picture of her. She's this little dainty little chick. Yeah, she can live in her tiny house. Some people pull it off. I thought it was neat when I first heard about it. I was like, well, you know, especially with some that have permanent spots. They have the tiny house on permanent land, so they have like all this land that they can do whatever the hell they want on it, but their actual physical live-in house is pretty tiny. They have sheds and shit like that on their lawn, but you know,
bigger than their houses.
Or just really big decks and stuff like that, you know. Which in your area, I can imagine you can pull it off because it's hot all the fucking time. Never mind, take that back. You got to find like a moderate climate place. Minnesota definitely wouldn't work unless it had skis. And my dog just came in my office. He's like, you know, I got to find out what you guys are talking about.
He's like, I don't want to live in a tiny house, is what he came to tell you.
Saying. Excuse me. I don't know. He might be all about it. Zeus, you want to live in a tiny house? Hey, he doesn't respond to any fucking thing. In other news, this is out of New York, and I feel a kind of way about this. We're going to talk about the anus a lot today. In New York,
we haven't talked about the anus at all today, have we?
Yeah, we did. The horse.
I mean, we said that he got fucked in the anus, but that's
we didn't. The anal prolapse, so now we're going to talk about the anus again.
God damn it!
It happens, man. This is the news. We got to talk about it. You can't not talk about the topics, TJ. That's just how
Go.
the news works.
Go.
This is out of New York. This is very interesting. The topic is innocent New York man billed $4,600 for police rectal probe. All right.
What?
Yeah.
You said it too fast. What?
Innocent New York man was billed $4,600 for police rectal probe.
Wow.
Did they find cancer?
No. It says a U.S. man was wrongly suspected of hiding drugs in his colon and was reportedly given a rectal exam and then billed for the unwanted examination. Torrance Jackson said he refused consent for the invasive procedure and suffered internal injuries as a result. This had been out of Syracuse, New York. Apparently, he was stopped by police for failing to signal. Officers found a bag of marijuana and cocaine residue inside of his vehicle. I don't know what cocaine residue. They said that they put him under arrest, and the officers on duty, his name is Anthony Fiorini, said that Mr. Jackson's posture in the car was consistent with someone hiding drugs in his rectum. I'm going to go with the officer and just assume he kind of has an idea what people do. I mean, because it happens. Let's not pretend like it doesn't happen. It does happen. Now, I don't know. You might want to double check before you go about, basing your facts on this whole situation. So, one officer tried to get consent for this. They said no. Then Mr. Jackson had taunted the officers about having drugs concealed on his person. All right. He was taken to the hospital in Syracuse where he was given an x-ray and found no foreign objects in his body. Police felt like that wasn't enough. All right.
No shit.
Police obtained a court warrant to perform this procedure. I'm not going to pretend to try to pronounce it, which recalls using a flexible 8-inch tube crammed into your rectum. Doctors initially refused to perform the procedure until advised by a hospital lawyer that Mr. Jackson did not have the legal right to refuse. He was forcibly sedated for the examination. After the procedure found no drugs, Mr. Jackson was released and said he only learned what doctors had done when he found blood in his underwear. He said he had felt tampered with the news. Upon release, the hospital had debt collectors agency pursue Mr. Jackson for the medical bill. He was refused to pay, and the matter was ultimately dropped. But in this situation, how does that fucking work out for the police? I mean, obviously he was guilty of carrying, but he wasn't guilty of having it in his rectum. Now, he fucked around and said and played with the police like he did have something on him, but x-rays showed that he didn't.
The police should have stopped right there.
Yeah, see, and now they felt like, this motherfucker keeps fucking with us, we're gonna get his ass legally ass fucked.
Yeah, if he hadn't, don't fuck around, dude. This is the police. They will. I don't understand why people don't think this kind of shit can happen. Like, at any time. I tell everybody to be careful wherever they're going, whatever they're doing. Just be careful. It's just good advice. Be careful. Take care. Be careful. Watch what you're doing. If a cop comes up to you and you're caught with a bag, I would tell Lydia this advice. Lydia, if you are caught with a bag of weed in your car and the cop has you in handcuffs, don't suggest that you have more on you.
Let them work that shit out themselves.
Don't tell them anything. You stand there with your mouth shut. That's what I want you to do. Certainly don't fuck with the cops, because you know what happens, dear, when you fuck with the cops? They're going to fuck with you back.
Yep.
And you're not going to like what they do.
Yeah, and in this situation, but on the other side of it, he was found innocent, like he didn't have the drugs in his butt. Why would who picks up the tab?
I don't care about the tab. He's not. Definitely.
I would be pissed if you sent me a bill like, motherfucker, I was innocent.
Yeah, I would be pissed too, and I definitely wouldn't pay it.
But you're absolutely right. Like, I wouldn't go fucking with the cops and joking with them about it. Like, it seems dumb.
They're gonna want to look, yeah.
Because they're gonna want to look. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But Raymond's right. The X-ray found no foreign objects in his body. Police
Yeah, that should have been
there.
Yeah,
but they're like, no, dig deeper.
everybody fucked up. I mean, I can definitely go. I can meet you there. Everybody in this situation.
Hospital, I mean, in their situation, they're in the middle ground, and as long as they are not putting him in life-threatening danger, they're in the okay. And
didn't you say the doctor was like, no, I don't want to do this?
Initially, yes, but the hospital lawyer told them they had to do it. They didn't have the right to refuse.
So yeah, I don't feel bad about the doctor.
Hold on, they said that the suspect didn't have a right to refuse, right?
Yes,
but
because
the doctor could.
But the doctor had a right to refuse. If he's going to be like, this is an unnecessary or unwarranted medical procedure, I'm not going to do it.
You're absolutely right, but the hospital.
My doctors always say, "What do you want to do about this situation? We blah 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 blah. What do you want to do? I want to listen to what you tell me to do about the situation. I didn't go to school for 18 million years to be a doctor. You did. Why are you asking me? If a doctor says
you're an expert on everything, right?
Let's just take his ass anyway.
Man,
see what we come up with. Little nuggets of corn.
It's gross. All right, moving on. You got one more.
The cops were just mad, and they wanted revenge.
Everybody was mad.
There's two articles I got here, but
you only got time for one.
Okay, so this one is interesting. This is dumb. This is really dumb. All right. The topic is, I didn't know selling drugs was illegal. This is
what drug?
Of course you didn't.
What drug?
This is out of the UK. No, out of Canada. I'm sorry. Take that back. A 32-year-old man who admits to selling Percocet says he didn't know the drug contained Oxycontin and therefore shouldn't be found guilty of possession of drugs for the purpose of trafficking. Shane Leonard was picked up as part of Operation Bombard in summer of 2015 under some police surveillance as police looked into the activities of a motorcycle club called the Vikings Motorcycle Club. During this time that Leonard was off work being treated for a workplace accident, a car accident, and a fall. He was prescribed Percocet. Unable to survive on workers' compensation, he says he quickly discovered he could sell the Percocet to supplement his income. He said he didn't know what he was doing was wrong, and that he didn't know the drug contained oxycodone.
He probably didn't. He probably didn't.
They said that Leonard's father, a high-ranking member of the Vikings Motorcycle Club, was also obtaining prescriptions for Percocet from other club members and was selling them. So clearly they were trafficking drugs. All right. The defense says while ignorance of the law is not an excuse, there is a case law that suggests that ignorance of the chemical composition of the drug may be defense. So even if you didn't know that oxycodone or Oxycontin was inside of Percocet, you do know that it is illegal to sell prescription drugs on the streets.
Do I know that?
You know.
You got to know that.
You fucking know.
It is not legal at all. Not even close to being legal to sell medication if you're not pharmacy.
I'm almost close to say that you can't sell Tylenol in the fucking streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the U.S. where it is, those prescription bottles, if you hold one and it doesn't belong to you, you better have a damn good excuse when the police come along looking for it. Coming looking at it as to why you have somebody else's prescription. And they're going to follow up. My wife being a pharmacist, plenty of times she's had to talk to the police about prescriptions that have come out of her pharmacy. So, yeah, I don't think that ignorance is going to work for this guy. And something tells me he's screwed, especially since his father is doing the same thing as trafficking. I don't know. What do you guys think? Could ignorance be used?
No. Not even close. I mean, it's Lydia knows. TJ may not know, but Lydia knows she's not allowed to sell medicine.
She probably does. She is smarter than me. I don't know. I was with him up until you said his dad was doing it too.
Yeah, I mean, like, if somebody, TJ, tried to sell you a blunt and you didn't know it was in a blunt and you get busted with a blunt, I mean, are you responsible? I mean...
No.
You just didn't
No,
know
I'm not.
I didn't know it was in this blunt.
I thought it was a cigar.
It just tastes funny.
Yeah.
It tastes delicious.
This is really delicious. And I feel awesome afterward. Do you have any more of those cigars?
I don't know, man. Again, in my opinion, I think that's his ass. But I mean, this is also international law. I don't know how it all works out about the chemical composition of the drug, maybe defense. In my opinion, the guy's busted. It's his ass. He's going to jail for a very long time. It especially depends on how much he was selling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would like to know how much they were moving.
Like how much he was moving could have been a big deal. Because if it was like 2 pills or 3 pills, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But he was using it to supplement his income. I wonder how many he had to move. You know, again, just like you said, how many he had, how much weight he was moving around.
All that makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference. So, yeah. I just want to take this a moment to, welcome you back, Raymond. You were missed on your day out.
You were definitely missed.
We have the trio back, and this works. So you need a balance. You need a balance in this. TJ can't agree with me all the time,
I definitely won't. Definitely will not.
Which is kind of weird because you guys are pretty tight for like your whole lives.
But he disagrees with me a lot. And that's a good thing. You need a friend who disagrees with you sometimes. But he also agrees with me on a lot of things. So we need moral support as well that we shouldn't always need moral support for.
True. Like fucking Shetland ponies.
Was he winking or was he blinking?
He was winking.
He's really coming on to me, that pony.
Fucking horse.
Mini horses.
Fucking slutty horse.
That being said, Raymond, do your thing.
Okay, drink your juice. Just drink your juice.
Drink your juice, everybody. Later.